Hi.
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 We're the team of home movies. Bringing you
Cast and crew.
the Melissa and Brendon and Loren.
Commentary on The Wedding.
The last episode of the second season.
Welcome. You made it this far. You really
Congratulations.
have nothing else to do.
That means you're a fan and we appreciate it.
That's right.
Is what he meant.
That's what I meant.
Oh, the rap.
Yeah, this is
I call it the crab.
the crab. Yeah, that's right.
So funny. Everything about this episode pleases me. I think this is really one of our funnier.
But you know,
episodes.
this is when me and Bill discovered
Writing together.
Well, we wrote. I mean, we'd always write the story together and stuff, and then we'd kind of like separate and write a script, and then get back together and kind of just go through it with each other. And this was one where we just split it up, so every other scene was the other person's. So
Yeah.
or at least written by the other person.
But it flowed
and then
together.
again, it would it flowed together because we were like, oh, it's easy.
Oh, it's a funny line. You should take a picture to last longer, and then she takes a picture.
Right? Yeah.
Look at his little tushy.
He's so
I know.
good.
It's modeled after my actual.
This is
It's pretty
great.
funny.
This is a.
So the whole
Oh, I love the soccer ball bag.
soccer ball bag.
Yeah. Great detail from life.
That's a great ball sack.
Got a little Brendon.
I know.
This is this the funny thing where he invites coach to the wedding and then has to uninvite him, but it's too
Right.
late.
Right.
He refuses to be uninvited.
We also have a special guest star
Kelly.
on this, Kelly Kimball,
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
reprises her role as
Stephanie.
Stephanie.
Yes.
Right.
And becomes incredibly interested in. The
Yeah, and that was I guess that was the big like. So we're like, we have this wedding thing. We have Brendan kind of reacting, like whether or not he knows it, with his rash.
Yes.
This is like a psychosomatic reaction, right? And then just trying to. It was just one of those ideas where it's also always fun to have McGurk really close to getting laid or something like
Yes.
that, or like having some kind of like romantic moment. Because we tried to do that with the nurse, and it was always funny to have him like he blew it, and this one is like he finally finds someone who's just ready to go.
Yes.
And
Gets a
it was just like we started realizing the pace of it when we like started intercutting, or the idea of the intercuts, which is like you keep coming back to him, switching the subject, and trying to talk about like
her parents who are retired.
Yeah. So
Right,
what is it like?
Oh, here
So what do
she
your
is.
parents do? Like my parents are dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, she goes,
that's,
they're retired.
They're retired.
And then he says, say hi to your parents. I know it can be a tough adjustment. That's
Yeah.
his last line
Yeah.
as he's leaving.
Yeah, push came to shove and McGurk couldn't get it up.
No, he had a little.
He was very-
Had a little. Some,
But
some
I guess when-
performance issues.
Yes.
If it comes that easy, sometimes you just resist it.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's a little intimidating.
Yeah, it really is. Tell me about it. Ever since Home Movies season 1 came out, I've been really getting a lot of offers.
That's true.
Thank you, gentlemen, who've been writing
Yeah,
in.
some of those guys weren't half bad.
Oh dear.
Yeah, no, it's a great. And there was a very funny moment at the Casablanca where we were having dinner. I forget.
Oh, in real life?
In real life, and Benjamin was there, and my friend Mark Bracken came in, and he wanted Benjamin to explain why Coach McGurk couldn't close the deal in this episode. And of course,
Right.
Benjamin couldn't even remember.
He didn't
this
even remember the
episode.
episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
That's
it was
hilarious.
probably the one we did very recently.
it was one that Mark had seen recently. I don't
Right.
think.
That's very
yeah,
funny.
It was really funny.
That's very funny.
Yeah, John.
I love that animation of her putting lipstick on.
Lipstick on.
It was
Yeah.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life just now.
Yeah, it is great.
Oh, it's just like an animator just scribbling it in. It's like didn't miss the lines.
That's what lipstick is.
It's true.
It's animation. Everything's animation.
Stop trying to hypnotize me with your eyes when you say that.
But Stephanie's whole like
punch
deal
it.
is that she's still kind of like high off of being not divorced or being not in a marriage and just trying to self-destructive and throws
Look
herself at
how
anything.
sexy
Yes, she's
Melissa
needy.
is.
I know.
This is a
was out of control, sexy Melissa.
I
They'd been tempted, I think, before this to make you a
There's
little
some
bit
water for
sexy,
you.
to make your character sexy. But when they did her in the Princess Leia third episode, the
Return of the Jedi.
Return of the Jedi outfit, they hit full on
Well,
sexiness.
I do remember catching some of the animators, I won't name names,
Yeah.
drawing Melissa naked.
No way.
There was a scene
I
where
don't
she
believe
was in
it.
the bathtub talking to Brendon in one episode.
Oh yeah.
and
I
they drew
remember
her like before the bubbles.
that. Right. That's
That's pretty gross.
how you build
Animated
this.
nipples, that's all I'm saying. She didn't need to have
This is
it.
They needed to do it to
Landstander.
figure out where they were in order to cover them with suds. Landstander. that's
Landstander.
right.
You know where
This
I got
is a
that
very
name?
funny-
I got that name because I was
Skywalker.
trying to figure. No. Actually, I got that name because I was watching The Dark Crystal, and remember those long puppets that are kind of like tan colored that the Gelflings would ride?
Oh no.
They weren't called. No, they were they came out towards the. They came out towards the end of the thing, but my joke name for those were Landstanders. It's like the dumbest name in the world.
Oh, I thought it was from Skywalker.
stand
I
on
realize it's
land.
almost exactly the opposite of Skywalker.
Sky.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, I never realized that.
I think it's where he got it from. He's
No,
just
because
inventing
this
it.
guy's more of like
Skywalker,
this guy's more of a
Landstander.
Dungeons and Dragons guy anyway. He wouldn't
It's
be a
true.
Skywalker. He's more like a.
This scene is especially funny because of the relationship between the dragon and Melissa, where he's
Dragon?
my friend and slave,
Yes.
who I own, who's also my friend.
Yes,
and then
yes, that was
Brendon's
a very
character's always going, that sounds like a
That's a
complex
complicated
relation. And she goes, not for me.
relationship, right? Yeah, exactly. Of course, it wouldn't be for you.
Yeah. Hello, young lady.
This is also Lindenson kind of
Andy Kindler. In
Gets-
case you didn't listen to the commentary on the earlier
And if you
episode.
Yes.
and if you
They're very
weren't
hilarious.
listening, then you also don't know that the dad is Louis C.K. and we'll be seeing the future mom.
That's right. You
Laura
also don't know
Silverman.
that this is
Yes.
animated.
Linda
And
is the
that
mom's
we
name.
are in love with ourselves.
Right, yes.
If this is the first
Yes,
one you're
we've all-
watching,
yes.
then you haven't had the rest of the episodes to figure out. We love to hear our voices.
Can't get
We
enough
love
talking
to
about
think that
the
what we
TV.
say is important.
It's true.
And Brendon's been hungry most of the time.
Yeah.
I was
Now
hungry.
we've caught you up to speed.
The rash is growing.
Enjoy the
rashes.
rest of the episode.
Oh, this is a very funny scene too, where they want to know have you been touching a baby's butt, and he says,
Right.
"Have you been rubbing a baby's butt on your neck?"
Right.
Because they can't figure out.
Right,
where
because
his
they think it
rash-
looks like diaper rash.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
It's very funny.
Again,
Which goes back
elaborate
to the,
costumes for these kids.
yes, and this goes back to the Jason character who was once a sort of expert on rashes.
Yeah.
The way he was originally conceived, he was always suffering from some kind of cradle cap or eczema or
Ailment.
something. Yeah.
But this is a phenomenon that happens. This rashing because
Emotional
you're nervous. Yeah.
It's a
I
real
knew
thing.
somebody was telling me a story where they had to like drive a busload of kids somewhere, like on Highway 1 somewhere, and they were supposed to murder the kids.
What?
Yeah. And he was very nervous about getting
Killing
caught, and he got a rash.
Wow.
Weird story.
Or a more relatable story would be sometimes when people have to speak in public.
Right.
Yeah.
They break
Or
out.
it's malignant melanoma.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
I think when I get nervous, I get
You don't get nervous.
no, I
You
get nervous.
confident guy.
I usually throw up in my mouth. And
Oh, I love that Jason's reaching over to touch it. And Melissa's hand comes in and knocks it
I
away.
will totally take care of the flowers.
Yeah, for some
She's
reason.
She's got a lot of darts.
yeah, and then it's not that violent because they're suction cups.
Right. But why does she have so many?
It's part of one of Josie's toys.
It's a great toy. Oh, yeah, this is funny. That was Andy
Yeah.
Kindler's
Yeah.
ASAP,
so-
or as soon as, what is
That's-
it? As
but
close to as soon as
Right.
possible, which would be
Right.
Akasa.
Akasa.
Or whenever she gets around to
That's a
it.
great animator trick because that
Whack-a-sack.
wasn't in the script. Is to have that whole thing written down and
Yeah,
refer to it.
so
That's really
funny.
good.
And he's going,
Yeah, and he never gives her the thing
yeah,
Message.
she's
because
busy, and then therefore.
there's the possibility. Yeah, but we took her job from her in this season, gave it back to her.
That's right. It's part of the season arc.
Yeah.
But it also adds to the hilarity and the chaos.
And I
of this
think we
episode.
talked about the plausibility of whether or not she would be doing things for the wedding.
Right.
Because she's helping out with the wedding
Yes.
an awful lot, considering she's the ex-wife.
She's pitching in a very sporting way.
Yes.
But so they gave you saying, so she's also revealing the subtext is that she's a little resentful.
She's been very cool about the whole Andrew thing
Yeah.
and the new wife.
Yeah.
I think for most of the thing, but she's actually
Yeah.
I think, yeah,
Still
she's
stung.
Yeah.
being Brendon's mother and not the ex-wife.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But underneath it all,
Look how she cleans up.
Yeah, she does.
Look
clean
at
up
that,
nice.
Cleans
that
up real
cumbersome
nice.
neck.
It's a very Oscars red
Yes.
carpet kind of a dress.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, this is
oh,
so funny.
Brendan.
I'm just.
So
Yeah. It's great. They did a good job with this.
it was great because in the but it is, you know, it's one of those things where
And his
like an
eye
episode
now.
like this where I mean we're kind of watching this with no audio for the most part, and it's really fun to it's just as far as like putting something together, it makes a lot of sense when the audio works by itself and then the picture works completely alone, and then it just makes for a
That means
strong
everyone is
episode.
doing everything
Yeah.
right. Yeah. This is such a strong episode.
Yeah.
This is funny. He has to go pee. My bladder's too small.
Too much urine in my bladder.
Too much urine in my bladder.
And so then this ends up they forget him. They leave him behind.
Poor Brendon.
Yeah.
Rashed up and left
Yeah.
behind.
He's wearing a scarf. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh,
The echo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very funny. Boink.
I think we've all been left behind at some point.
Yes, we have.
They made a
Physically,
movie about it.
emotionally.
Home Alone.
Oh yeah.
And we're at the act break. We're back.
We're back.
Yes, indeed. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah.
Mexican wrestler. Mexican wrestling.
Um.
I don't know. It's
What's
Ollie.
wrong with your face?
I know. Face is covered with some kind of I got a rash.
It's great. All these little threads sewn together in the tapestry that is.
No, it kind of. If you watch them all
episode
together, it kind of makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
like if you watch them just kind of, whatever, just one at a time, in different. You do see that there is some kind of like methodology to this, be it good or not.
Right,
There
for
was some
better or for worse.
Yeah, for better or for worse, there was something organized
There's a
about
lot
this.
of thinking.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yes.
thinking that went on. That
He
might have
put
been
a
like
lot of thought
There's
into
a lot of
it.
sweat on the screen. right here.
not thinking. Yeah, not like
No, she went to a wedding.
yeah beneficial thinking, but definitely like
Definitely a lot of thinking.
A lot of
Yeah.
meetings and note writing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
No.
backstory. Bible writing.
But I think at the same time we were learning how to. At least I personally was learning how to do any of this stuff. You know, and
No, we all were.
Yeah.
We all were. It was incredible to get the opportunity to have a show that was.
it's just great to have the
On the
opportunity
air,
to make
yeah.
major mistakes.
Yeah.
Honestly,
it was
yeah.
really and that people are still enjoying it and that they enjoy the early episodes and the late episodes and that we
Right.
can enjoy them. It really is great to make good mistakes.
I do think there's some
think I
really
can.
strong stuff in this season, though.
Yeah.
But they double booked.
Well, especially see Louis C.K. and Laura. And this particular scene is so
Right.
funny. They have this little breakdown together, this hysterical laughing thing.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember being so funny the day of. I was in
Yeah.
tears
Yeah.
during the recording session.
When Silverman hits it, she hits it hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
they
she was in
weren't
L.A.
even-
for
I was
this.
just gonna say they
Yeah.
weren't even in the same room.
Nope, across the country, which is how we're doing this commentary.
Yes. I'm in Australia.
I'm in Calcutta.
I'm working on the Matrix 4.
Oh my God, how's that
On
going?
his own.
It's going really good. Yeah, I'm
not
still
funded by
trying to
anyone.
find funding. Yeah. I've got like a Neo comes back and there's a computer involved. That's all I got so
That's
far.
awesome.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
agents.
there you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
John's been so quiet this whole time.
I know.
Yeah, he really
John
does.
is.
Not like him.
I know, it's weird.
Don't make me the
His hula girl is a through line for his character. He's always
Yes,
got
he has one on
on
his desk.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Did we ever have like a regular meeting place? I think we started meeting at Soup to Nuts more often, but I remember going to like Brew Moon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
meeting, like in Harvard. I don't know if that's still there in Harvard
I
Square.
don't
Yeah.
think. Is it really?
We used to
think
go there.
so.
We had lunch there a few times and talked about stuff.
Oh yeah. We had a lot of
Again, like
lunches.
Pete's Coffee in Harvard Square was
Yeah.
me and Bill. Like it was one of those. This coffee is so strong that you walk in and like you just immediately, like you're
Caffeinated.
high from it. Yeah.
Death of a salesman. You kidding? No.
I know it's kind of a dead subject, but
What is that, a game? That's funny. You remember that line?
What was
I
that?
played Biff. What is that, a game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
That's great.
Yeah.
He does the actor thing.
Yes, yes.
Changing character.
Yeah, he wants to do a scene for Brendon. And they drive past the church.
The end. Hey, let's take it again from the top.
With his eyes closed while he's
It's such a
driving.
bizarre home movie.
Here's the
looking
big Walter and Perry. This is their
Where
like.
they decide to get married.
Yes.
You know, one thing that
He
we did a
he
great job
proposes.
avoiding in
What?
this episode was Andrew's side of the family coming to the
Yeah.
wedding. We did not
Right.
even
didn't
broach
acknowledge
that.
Yeah,
And
it's
we
a
didn't-
small wedding.
Yeah, it's a very it's a yeah it is literally
But that would have been
Yeah.
all weird because then we would have had to introduce Brennan's grandparents.
Yeah.
yeah
other
which we did
grandparents.
yeah.
No, but the other
Right.
grandparents.
The paternal grandparent. Oh, so cute.
This is their big kind of
Yeah. Then Walter gets nervous. It's a big step.
Hmm.
You really remember the audio to this? That's amazing.
Yeah.
This one is very fresh because I watched it.
Oh, did you? Oh, you did?
No, this one I really like this episode. It's just so sort of. I feel like it was a great way to end the season.
Yeah, it ended up being kind of a tradition that me and Bill would write the last
Yeah.
episodes together,
Yeah.
and it would either be a cliffhanger or, in the season 4's case, the end of the show,
Right.
Yes, the actual last episode.
which was also a great opportunity.
I
you
still
know?
like to think of it as a cliffhanger.
Except for with no suspense.
Yes, yes. There are two
What
characters
show are
from
they
like
from?
Dick and Paula or something. I don't
Yeah,
know
or like
what.
a New Yorker cartoon.
Yeah,
I like that keyboard.
it's great. It's actually that actually plays, which is
Yeah.
the best part.
I know, it's cool.
This is kind of an anti-religious, like no
There was
kind
a
of
lot
like
of
actual.
controversy
Yeah.
over all this happening in a church.
Hi yourself, cowboy.
Yeah, so they get
She is ready to go.
Sick.
She is RTG.
Whoa.
Deodorant.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's funny. This is where they start throwing around innuendo, and he can't,
This is
he
this.
can't
Do
keep
you
up.
remember this other? Yeah, oh, that's right. That's funny.
This is home movie's first nude scene.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well,
I feel like a Damon scene. I think.
Yeah.
First full
They did the
frontal.
Graduate thing.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
no, they did that in the other one with
No, isn't it?
Fenton's mom was the Graduate one. Unless they did it on this
I think
too.
they did in this one too, and there's a bunch of other shots. She drops her
Yeah,
dress
no,
and
you-
picks up a sheet, and she's
Yeah.
doing stuff behind the sheet.
Well, here's the thing that I also remember about this one. We did this in several episodes. We always had the same problem. It was like there's a hotel and it's the church. Can the hotel also have a church? Can the
Right.
church also have a hotel? Like, and we were always like,
Yes.
where do they? And it's like distance kind of problems, like really silly things we kind of like ignore. Like, oh, there's a hotel right next to the church.
Right, everyone would get mad.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
there's like also a hotel right next to the school, the coffee place,
Yes.
the Galaxy Coffee.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yep.
And then there was
I want to say, I think you all agree, but I just want to say for the fans at home, I think that stuff's important. I think if you cheat too much,
Yeah.
It takes you out of the
it's
moment.
distracting.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
these aren't like irrational things that we're talking about. Like,
Right.
there are churches
There
next to
could be a
hotels.
little bed
you know.
and breakfast.
Oh yeah, in fact,
Yeah.
there probably would be to have a reception.
No, I think it's important. No, I think we would have long conversations. What I was
Yeah.
saying, that was the whole premise, was that we do like have a long time talking about things
But then-
that are like rational or incredibly stupid.
They feel a little
Right.
I think-
silly sometimes.
At some
yes.
point, I think every long conversation about something that ended with one of us yelling, like, well, that's just what it is.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
a cartoon.
Or yeah, but I mean, you do get lost in like
Yeah.
silly moments like
Absolutely.
that. But the same thing. And then some things were built around the absurdity of having like the science fiction convention right next to
Yeah.
the Renaissance fair,
Right.
you know, which is like it's the whole
the joke.
premise of the entire
This is
episode.
a
has
great scene, by the way, where they're trying to get him to come out, and he's like,
And
"Put
convincing him
Jason
of-
on the door."
Oh yeah, yeah.
So
Such a great
cute.
line.
Right. A lot of cute humor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cute
Yep.
stuff.
It's
Kids
very-
are good kids.
Because
Good
because they're
kids.
so adult when there's something very kid-like like that. It's
That's
very
right.
sweet.
Yeah.
No, there's no hair on
Is that her same dress from the party?
Brendon, what? Do you have
Think
any
so.
hair
Is
on
it?
your
I
head?
think so. I think that's the rich bitch dress.
Yeah, I think that's right.
With the frills.
This is great that the scene is
Yeah.
boarded out this way too. That you don't see him. That you just this
Because
whole
it,
scene
yeah,
is
it's finally
behind
the
doors.
reveal
Yeah,
is finally
exactly.
the most
Yeah,
important. Yeah,
exactly.
that is great. Yeah,
And I think it's not revealed even then, right?
I think it happens. Oh, we'll see.
Yeah. Happens
Are
across
we-
the act break, maybe. Is that possible?
I don't know.
Oh, this is cute. They promise, but they lie. Boop boop.
No, does Eric show up in this?
That's so weird, Brendan. We're on the
so
same
weird, yeah.
page. I was just about to say that.
Maybe he doesn't.
If we realize
Here
he's not
comes-
going to,
Look out.
then
Here
I'll
we go.
mention him.
Her back's sore.
That is so great. It's like a latex stripper costume.
It's awesome.
It doesn't look that bad.
It looks fine.
He passed out.
Yeah. So great.
used to be sore, actually.
Oh, that's right. He gives her advice on her
On
back.
her back, yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
giving her a back.
Anytime a girl just kind of like takes off her clothes and just lays around and
Yeah.
stretches her legs. So.
Anytime that happens.
I mean, like every time
Every
that happens, it's great.
And I had a hernia.
Poor
He's just
guy.
not going for it. He's just
He's-
so
yeah.
just too
And
fast.
she's-
He
She
went too
keeps
fast.
working.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand.
She's not giving up yet.
Yeah. She doesn't get it that she needs to slow down.
You can't
He's a
beat
nice
good
boy, it
night's
turns
sleep.
out.
Yeah.
And he.
Tell you that.
Yeah. And he's sort of old-fashioned.
Heating pad.
That's a yeah.
Oh, his
Yeah.
finger.
And this was before Austin Powers came out, by the way.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't.
It was either before or after.
It
Yeah.
was or
One of
wasn't.
the two.
Yeah.
We're either
Oh, and
geniuses
she's
or rip
pretending
off
to be Brendan.
That's right. And it dies immediately, which was sort of funny because it was like another cartoon they might have gone with that.
Yeah,
but This
yeah.
is just a throwaway joke. Like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
In his underpants.
Yes. And this is the reveal.
I think the animators aided to that because I don't think he was originally supposed to be in his underpants. Look at her. She's
Yeah.
doing
That's
this
crazy.
Yeah.
old.
You know, after
Where'd
a
you
long
get
life
that?
of hard work.
She.
Somebody somewhere is pleasuring themselves to this.
That's awesome.
Somebody somewhere in this room?
Never mind me.
These mics pick up everything.
I feel like we're not going to see Eric in this.
I agree. I
So
think
although
Yeah.
you may have done an episode with him before, I wanted to acknowledge Jonathan Katz playing Melissa's father, Eric.
yeah.
Yeah,
An
he is in
important
here
figure
somewhere. No,
in
because
the show
there is.
and in my life.
An important
Yes.
figure
In
all of
everyone's
our
lives, yes.
Dr. Cat.
Dr. Katz. He's in here somewhere. We might not have done commentary on his of an episode.
I think we didn't.
Oh, he is scratching.
Yeah, you shouldn't scratch.
He don't scratch, yeah.
Oh,
Don't scratch your boils.
Laura does great crying.
Yeah.
gonna do?
Was that her crying?
It was her crying and his stomach.
My
at the same
stomach, it's
time.
just empty. I mean, I put
If there's
food in it.
if there are any gastroenterologists listening,
I have high
please get in
metabolism
touch
these
at
days.
brendonsmall.com and let him know how to rectify.
You ever have? I mean, like, at least that's an empty stomach and not like gas or something.
And we're
Have you ever been like?
not a man vomiting during an on-camera.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
I
Oh.
shouldn't make fun of your.
clean and sober for one day now. Loren Bouchard.
There's always tomorrow.
Yeah. But have you ever been like in a silent area and you have that gas kind of sound where you're trying to like hold it in kind of a thing? It's like the worst, most embarrassing, like it's just like horrible. Like everyone's like, "Come on, dude, just get out of the room and go, fart or something. Like get out of here." But that's great.
Yeah.
Dead silence.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
it's like they're getting married.
Oh yeah, it's also one of those things where Lindenson being
Oh.
a sapling. Yeah, the sapling was later on in the thing. And then
That was
they
it was a
drew them
crossfire.
in earlier.
Across wires, the. Oh, this is where he
Check her out.
finally.
The pillow between the legs. This was a very sexy episode.
Yeah, it's very.
Thank you for having me here, though, and tell your parents I said hi. Congratulations on the retirement. It's gonna be a tough transition. Bye.
That's so great.
That was really nice.
Must be a transition.
So funny. And Landstander.
Yes.
That
Yeah, that was
sound
like
stays in
kind of-
my head, actually. I have to
Yeah,
say.
it's such a weird.
I wake
I was
up
trying to
to
do
it.
some kind of. I was trying to remember. I was trying to like yes or some kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but just some kind of like weird.
You could
Some kind of
have built it away
odd-
at any time.
And his
was
rash
that
is
the-
To learn
gone.
your lesson, aren't I right, my dragon?
Remember later you did your own wind chime sounds? when
Yes,
we
you did.
recorded
I
you
think
in
you
that
had-
studio with there was
Me?
actual wind chime.
You had your own like it wasn't wind chimes. It was the bells.
Yeah,
The what do you call
Spelltree.
it? Whatever. Yeah.
Oh.
Again, something we learned was when to make Melissa really mean. It
Yes.
was always funny.
Loud,
Oh,
yeah.
Is you
Always
either
fun.
have
That's a
her
trademark.
either have her be like yelled at by the biggest
Being
man
yelled
on the
at
show,
Or
Yeah.
her yelling.
or her screaming at something.
Yes.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
Nice music.
That's the end of that's stuff from the other thing. But thank you guys for listening.
Thank you
Oh,
so
thank you
much
so
for
much.
sticking it out.
Yeah, it was fun to do that stuff. It sure was. You know.
Yeah.
And we didn't know at this point if we were ever coming back again. So as far as we were concerned, we were all fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
got
think that's
so
when I moved to
wasted after
LA
this
because I didn't
episode.
know we had like a million years before we knew if we were gonna get another season.
But we did, and hopefully you'll be seeing it soon. Thanks to Shout.
Thanks, Seth.